Hi, my name is Mattie Whitfield, and welcome to Captivating Conversations, authentic conversations to loving relationships. Today we're going to talk about falling in love with self. Now let me ask you, can you honestly say, I love me some me? Can you honestly say, oh my God, I am just so in love with me? What does that mean for you? How does your love for yourself show in your world? How does it show in those that you love around you? Now, it's my belief that a person has to be able to fully love themselves unconditionally before they can ever really love another person or really be able to receive love. So let's talk about some of the ways and some of the actions that you do fall in love with yourself, or ways that show that you love yourself. Because we hear a lot of people say, well, you got to love yourself. But for some people, what does that look like? What does that mean? One of the first things is, don't ask someone to do something for you that you won't do yourself. Do not ask someone to do something for you that you're not willing to do for yourself. We have to come to a place where we take responsibility for our own actions. We take responsibility for our own thoughts, our own mindsets, our own imaginations, our own love languages. So when you reach out and you want a person to love you a certain type of way, to do things for you, are you doing those things yourself? Do you love on you? Do you take the time to speak life into yourself? Now, I've given you mirror work. Have you done your mirror work? Do you speak life over yourself? Do you tell yourself, I love you? Mattie, I love you. You are just so phenomenal. You are amazing. I teach my children to stand in the mirror and tell themselves how fantastic they are. Now, that's not from a place of arrogance, but it's from a place of love, because I can't expect other people to build them up when they haven't taken the time to build themselves up, because sometimes they may not believe it. Now, sometimes we do have to lean on to the words of others when we need encouragement, but do you encourage yourself? Do you speak life over yourself? There's power in your words. There's power in your feelings. So your feelings that you have amongst yourself, towards yourself. Do you tell yourself, oh, you're just so fat. Oh, I'm so fat. I'm so tired. I'm so this. I'm so that. Now, the beginning of your statement, I am, I'm, those are a very, very powerful two words. So what are the words that you're putting behind those to show love? Because you want your spouse, your mother, your friend, you want them to tell you how fabulous you are. You want them to tell you, I love you. You're so beautiful. You're so gorgeous. You're so this, you're so that. So start with telling yourself. Believe it in. Believe those words into your life. Tell yourself what you want other people to tell you, and I promise you, it'll start happening. Next, let's talk appearance. Appearance is definitely one of the things that you can use to show how you love yourself. Cleanliness. Cleanliness is one of the most important things, a gift that you can give to yourself. Just do the things that are pleasing to you. You don't want your hair messed up. Even when we had bad hair days, take a time, brush it. You don't want to have anyone else coming by you smelling some type of way. So take the time to make sure that you smell your best. Take the time and go to one of the biggest universities that we have, Google and YouTube. If there's an element or something that's bothering you, or something that you want to learn how to do, like exfoliate, detox, you name it, Google and YouTube has all of those wonderful things. Ladies, take the time and relax in a bath. Cleanliness is relaxation. It's not just your scent and your body and your skin, but it's relaxation, relaxing your mind, relaxing your being. All of those things help with your appearance. I'm real big on sleep. I don't sleep. I'm woke. I'm woke creating. But one of the things that does for me, we all know it messes with under your eyes. So I have to take the time to relax my eyes, to relax my mind so that I can do things because I love me and I love how I appear to me. Now, this isn't an appearance for other people. This isn't an appearance to be liked or to get likes or things of that nature. But these are things that are important for me because I love me enough to make sure that I'm okay. So why don't you take the time to love you enough to make sure that you're okay? And I promise you, the person that's coming into your life, they'll notice. They'll notice your skin. They'll notice your peace. They'll notice everything around you and how you treat yourself. You'll be the first example of how people love you. And a way to do that is in your appearance. Another thing, or the next thing that you can do to love on yourself is dating yourself. Now, we all like going on dates, right? You love for someone to call you your friend, your guy, your girl, and say, hey, let's go here. Let's go to the movies. Let's go to dinner. What are you doing? Let's go on a date. But my question would be, when is the last time or have you ever taken yourself out on a date? What does that look like? Well, I believe that you have to be able to enjoy your own company before someone else can really enjoy your company. If you don't want to hang with yourself, then why would other people want to hang with you? You don't like spending time with your damn self. So when is the last time you've taken yourself to eat? I have to give a personal testimony for myself. My mother, I love her dearly. She is my best friend. But I grew up, as most of us did as girls, in a house where you can't go to anybody else's house. You definitely cannot spend the night at anybody else's house. Why don't you tell them to come over here? So me, that's what I always heard. No, you can't go over their house. No, you cannot spend a night, but they can spend a night here. They can come over here. So by going through so much programming as a child and a teenager, until she just couldn't tell me anymore, that's what I heard. So I always had friends come to my house and we would cook, we would play. My mother would make sure that we were okay. We would have fun. So now as an adult, from being programmed for that for so long, what do? I want people to come to my house because I'm not conditioned to be able to go to their house. Now it's not, I had one friend that actually did the best thing in the world that she could have ever done for me. She asked me, well, what, is my house not good enough? And it really made me think because that wasn't the case. It's just that I had been conditioned to having friends come over my house because my mother thought it was dangerous at other people's houses. And we're going to get into that in a moment too. But that programming and that conditioning made me just not really be comfortable at other people's houses. No matter how much I love my friend, I just was comfortable at my own house. And I could be bored out of this world. But that was just something that I had been programmed to do. So in doing that, going back into the dating yourself, what are some of your habits that you unconsciously have? Dating yourself. We're all taught that you shouldn't go out by yourself. Or some people, a lot of people are taught, you shouldn't go out by yourself. My mother just started to take herself to brunch. Kudos to her because she called me and she was so elated and it felt like such a sense of freedom for her to go out and eat by herself. It was something that she wanted to do. She wanted to go to breakfast, but she had been so afraid of going out by herself by what people would say, what people would look at her, because she had been programmed the same thing. But now she goes out by herself all the time. When is the last time you've taken yourself to breakfast, to dinner? Now, I'm not going to say lunch because a lot of people eat lunch by themselves because it's your condition at work. You go to lunch by yourself, you go back to work. But what about dinner? What about getting dressed all nice and fancy as if you were going on a date with someone else and actually taking yourself on a date for a table of one and enjoying your own company, enjoying your own thoughts, enjoying the peace of being there by yourself? Who knows, you may meet somebody. But I've even been in situations where I met somebody and I politely told them, not right now. Right now, I'm on a beautiful date with me. What about the movies? Is the movies too weird to go by yourself? If so, why? Why can't you go and have fun alone? I have an aunt, she loves to go to the movies by herself. Not only does she go see one, she goes see two movies by herself. And it's not because she has no one to go with. She has people to go with, but she simply enjoys loving on her, loving on herself, taking herself out on a date, having fun with yourself. Because once you're comfortable having fun with yourself, then now you know how to emit that type of energy to have fun with your friends. You'll attract more people because you're comfortable in yourself, because you love yourself enough to date yourself. So you're opening the door for it. Now, you can't Netflix and chill yourself. TV programming is not it. Television programming is not it. You sitting at home watching reality TV and watching your shows is not an opportunity for dating yourself. Get up, go outside. Don't allow their reality on TV to become your reality that you take outside, because we all know that reality TV is not reality. It's not the real way of life. They're characters. And unless you're trying to be a character on TV and not really live your real life, take the time to go outside and meet a new person while dating yourself. The more places that you put yourself in will open up more opportunities that surround you with love. And last but not least, loving yourself is allowing yourself the grace to make a mistake. Allowing yourself the grace to forgive yourself. We all make mistakes. We all do something that we feel we could have done better. And that's okay. No matter how big or how small it is, you have to learn to forgive yourself. Mattie, I forgive you. You could have done it better this way. Next time I will. And then let's go. Let's do it over. Let's do something else. Because if you take the time to sit in your pity party, oh, woe is me, oh, this happened, oh, I shouldn't have done it like this, this is horrible, I'm the worst, I am. Now remember that sentence stem, I am. So now you're not following the first rule of speaking life into yourself and treating yourself as you want other people to treat you. Forgiveness. It's power in forgiveness because it frees up the opportunity for other things to come into your life. So just simply forgive yourself for the things that you've done. You made a mistake. Okay. You got to take that test over. Most of the time it comes looking like something different, maybe a different time setting. If it's a man, he going to look a little different, talk a little different, but that same circumstance may be there. If it's a job opportunity, it's going to look a little different, sound a little different, but your lesson in that will be there. And if you don't forgive yourself and you're still sitting in this pity party, then you're probably doomed to make the same mistake all over again. And then the cycle just keeps going and keeps going. And the person that you're probably talking to about your problem, you're driving them crazy because you're in your pity party. Get up. Give yourself the grace to say, I forgive me. I made a mistake. I am human. And human beings are not perfect. No shape, form, or fashion. There is no perfect person here. We are all perfect in our imperfections. It's what we do. We have learning lessons. It's what you do. Dust yourself off, get back up, and let's go do it again. That's the real grace. Don't just have grace for other people, but love yourself enough to forgive yourself and have the grace for you. Now, forgiveness is a very important part of our lives. You need it to help elevate you to the next level. Sometimes you have to forgive yourself. Sometimes you have to forgive others. Sometimes you may even have to forgive God. That's why here at Captivating Conversations, we're going to be doing some specific series on forgiveness and its power. Don't forget to tune back in, and mostly do not forget to love yourself. You are the most important person in this entire world to you. Some of the ways that you can love yourself is definitely one of my favorites. Date yourselves. Don't ask anybody to do anything for you that you won't do for yourself, meaning speak life over yourself. Your appearance, gentlemen and ladies, your cleanliness, your way that you treasure your own body, and forgive yourself. Give yourself the grace to make a mistake. Captivating Conversations. We shall see you next week at mzwhitfield.com. Much love. See ya.